How important is the master's education
unless you're
in
going to become a
architecture?
teacher, it's probably, I would say, I don't want to use the word a waste of time, because it would put a lot of you people out of work. But the point is, I used to tell, in America, that the top students get an A, and the really good students get a B, and then you get a C, and then if you don't want to fail a student, but you don't want to give him any real marks, you give him a D, and then the F is failing. So I always used to say that the A students will teach, and the B students will work for the C students. That's not really true. I was an A student, and I have a lot of A students and B students working for me. But the point is that we are a practice. We are not academics. We're people who practice building with steel and concrete and workers and machinery. And the more and more experience you get in hands-on work, the more important. I would rather a person go on site for 2 years and work with a contractor than go to some abstract center of learning and maybe just become more distant from the hands-on work. So the trouble with the education of architecture is that we are not teaching people what they need to know. If you're training doctors, they study Gray's Anatomy for the first year. Gray's Anatomy, when you finish, it's, I don't know, 1,600 pages of little tiny lettering. You know the skeleton of the human body, you know the circulation system, you know how the nervous system works, you know the organs, etc. No teacher of architecture knows that much about architecture, which we should be teaching students in the first year. A student leaving first year architecture should know every possible, and there aren't that many, but let's say 10 types of structural solutions they could apply to a building. They should know how electrical systems work. They should know what is water supply, water treatment, sewage, waste disposal. They should know about luminaires. They should know about the skins of building. We really need to write a book called Gray's Anatomy of a Building, and if students can't pass that at the end of the first year, then out they go. Then if you go to a maritime academy, what do the boys do and girls do who go study at my Samudra Institute of Maritime Studies? They go in and they study for 6 months, theory, and they work in the workshop. Then they go on a ship for 6 months. Then they come back again for 6 months, then onto a ship. I feel our students should do the same thing. They should be in an institute. Let them have 2 modules instead of 1 semester. It can be instead of 4 months, 2-3 months modules. And then put them out on a construction site for another 6 months. Then come back to the institute, again work on 2 modules, then go back out to a construction site. See, we don't really know how to teach architects. That's the problem. And the people teaching architecture have never built a building. It's a very interesting thing. These people have never built buildings. Or, if they have built buildings, they built very small buildings, they've done interiors, etc. So I think when I was a student, I was lucky to have people like Gerhard Kellman, who did Boston City Hall. I had Jose Luis Ser, who did Guelph University, the Holyoke Center at Harvard. I had all kinds of people who worked with Le Corbusier on Marseille Blocken and Chandigarh. And so we were lucky to have people who had vast experience in hands-on technology and building.